What is going on, YouTube world? Austin Zaback here with another YouTube video. And in this video, we're going to talk about ATM profits and what we actually make in our ATM business. Go ahead and smash that like button if you haven't already. Click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And we own multiple different companies, okay? So if you're new to the channel, again, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. And we do a lot of different things, okay? So we do real estate, we do ATMs, we own a marketing agency, and a couple of other things as well. In this video, I'm actually going to break down 10 ATM locations that we have where we own the equipment, okay? We own the actual hardware, AKA the ATM machine, and we fill it with cash ourselves, meaning we put our cash into the ATM. I'm also going to explain to you why I'm only showing you 10 of our portfolio and kind of how you can get value from this video. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Make sure you stay to the end of the video, by the way, and we're gonna do something cool at the end. Okay, so really quick, I picked 10 locations, as you can see, at random here from our back office, okay? And what I wanted to do for the purpose of this video was, number one, I wanted to show you locations that we own and that we fill. And number two, I wanted to show you kind of a mixture of different types of locations that we have. I can't show you dispensary locations or strip club locations. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So we have a couple of malls here. If you can tell, our malls are actually, they do pretty decent. Okay, so our malls last month did $400 and $200, equaling a total profit of $615. Okay, these three locations are actually a bit classified. We can't share with you exactly what these are. These are all in the same place, and it's like an event. It's an event that happens multiple times a week, but not every day. Okay, these locations are really good, as you can tell. We make a pretty good amount of money from these locations. There's also a lot of cash that gets dispensed from these three locations right here, if you can't tell. Okay, so 3 event ATMs on average every single month. We make $5,764 per month with those 3 event ATM locations. Okay, so not bad locations. I actually did a video, I'll link it right here in the upper right hand corner, I believe, of your screen, of an ATM trailer that we own. One of the reasons that we got into the event business was because it's the simplicity of it. You could buy an ATM trailer, or you can take an ATM and just bolt it to the ground or chain it to something, and you can ultimately make a lot of money with events. So we actually have an ATM trailer. These are not our ATM trailer, but randomly throughout the month or throughout the year, we will do events. And those events that we use our ATM trailer for is not under one of the terminals that I'm showing you here. Okay, so it's a different terminal on a different report that I didn't pull. If you guys want to see a breakdown of what we do in our events, I'd be happy to show you. So moving right along, we have a nail salon that on average produces $222 per month. It's actually a bit low for that nail salon. I believe that nail salon went down for about a week last month, if I can remember correctly. And we had to go out and actually fix the ATM. Okay, so just remember, if you're getting into this business, there are things that are going to go wrong, like any other business. Okay, so at the end of the day, it isn't perfect, right? You're going to have bill jams. You're going to not think things through, and the machine's going to run out of money. Or maybe you're not the one filling the machine and you have somebody else filling the machine for you, or a company filling the machine for you. Now, filling the machine is not in your hands, it is in somebody else's hands. And we all know that when you delegate, people don't live up to the exact expectation that you would, in theory, live up to. So you're going to have human error, and machines are going to go down. Okay, so I think this normally is about a $300 a month per month machine. Moving along, we have this barbershop. This is actually one of many barbershops that we have. I'm only showing you 2, or actually 1 barbershop, I believe, on here for the purpose of this video. But this is a really good barbershop. On average, it makes about $600 to $800 a month. We have one that actually even does a little bit more than this, and it is an all cash barbershop. Okay, they only accept cash. They do not have a card reader or a chip reader. So they actually got rid of that when we landed this location. A lot of people are asking me like, hey Austin, how do you land barbershops? And the way that I land barbershops is just walking in and saying, hey, what do you pay on average for your card reader, right? For your merchant processing. And they'll typically say somewhere between like 3 and 5%, I think is is normal, okay? Don't quote me on that, but I'll say, hey, look, why don't you drop the merchant processor, right? The card reader or the chip reader, sometimes it's a Square or whatever it is, and I'll basically just say, we'll install an ATM for free, and you don't have to do anything. You collect 50 cents or whatever of the surcharge every single month per time it gets used, and you save the 3 to 5% that you were paying. So typically, it ends up being a win-win for the barbershop. But obviously, we're the ones filling a lot of those, but we'll outsource that fairly often and get other people that fill them. But for this video, we actually do fill that barbershop with our own cash. So that is basically 100% profit to us. I think minus, obviously there's a couple of these where we pay the location $50 a month, give or take. We actually just landed that barbershop at the end of last month. That is gonna be one that we fill. So this number is not really accurate, but I did add that in here. $687 for barbershops for the purpose of this video. Okay, so we have a little lounge in here that we got rid of actually last month. I wanted to put that in the video because essentially, the ATM business, you're always moving locations around, right? You're doing different things. You're landing new locations. You're moving machines around. Maybe machines didn't do as good as you thought they would. Maybe they did better than you thought they would. But at the end of the day, it is a business, right? And it's always changing. So you need to understand that you're going to have machines in your back office or in the reports that you pull that show $0, right? And that is just the reality. But now that machine, we moved to a new location, which is not in this report, that makes significantly more money compared to what that machine used to do in that lounge. Okay, so I did not put that over here on the top 10 or on the 10 ATM locations that we fill. I did go ahead and put the Salon on here, and I wanted you to know that we actually just landed that location like 2 days before the end of the month, and it did a couple of transactions, as you can tell. So remember, it takes time. On average, we wait 30 to 90 days before we make a decision on if we're going to move the location or if we're going to keep the location there. Typically, that is all part of the terms that we put in the contract with the owner of the location, saying that we reserve the right to move the machine at any time, but they're not allowed to call us and move the machine at any time when they want it moved. Obviously, you want the terms to lean in your favor, and at the end of the day, you can always negotiate that however you want to negotiate that. Again, contracts are negotiable. Consult with an attorney or whoever. I'm not giving any legal advice. I just want you to know that from my experience, we've been able to kind of custom tailor contracts to do what we want them to do, okay? But again, consult with somebody that knows what they're talking about, obviously. So moving along here, we actually landed this location, which is a very interesting location. I can't tell you a whole lot about this location yet. I will be able to make another video sometime in the near future, but this is a really good location, I think. We landed this about 3 weeks into November, okay? And it went ahead and did about 11 approved transactions for a total of $43.45, which I put over here. And we'll see. We'll see what this location ends up doing. I'm not entirely sure what that location will end up doing, to be totally honest with you. I hope that ends up being a good location. And, again, it dispensed $14.40, so it's not a high dispensing location, okay? Probably some of our higher dispensing locations in this video are right here. At the event, again, we did dispense $165,000 of our own money in the month of November with just these locations that we're talking about in this video. So if you're going to be purchasing machines and loading the machine yourself, you're going to need a significant amount of cash if you decide, or if you land locations that, dispense a lot of money. Obviously, you won't know until you land the location, but normally you have a pretty good idea of what they dispense. Again, what are people doing at that location, right? So in a barbershop, people are getting their haircut. They're taking out $20, $40, $60. So, the dispense amount on the barbershops are pretty low in the grand scheme of things. 11 grand to make $675 in a single month is not that bad, right? That is an extremely high interest savings account. That is roughly like 6% on your money every single month, just at this one barbershop right here, right? So 6% monthly on your money is not bad at all. Again, we're driving a Prius. So, for us, the location, I would say this is probably a third of the total locations that we fill ourselves. The rest of our locations, we just own the hardware, and we actually have other people fill the locations for us. So just remember that there are a ton of different ways to do this business, and you really just got to figure out what way works best for you. You also need to understand that you don't need 100 or 200 or 300 ATMs like what we're working on in order to make a decent amount of money. As you can see, with just 10 locations, we made $7,338.45 in the month of November, which comes out to about $88,000 per year on average. Okay. Again, there's not a lot of work involved on these, so just take that into account. This is 2 times more than the average person makes in America. So understand that this can be a very lucrative business. I would say to fill these 10 locations probably takes us maybe 2 hours a week, okay, at the very most. So 1 to 2 hours per week to fill these top 10 locations that I'm sharing with you in this video, okay? So again, keep that in mind and understand there's a ton of ways to do the business. I highly encourage that you get into the business. There's a lot of other businesses that we do too that are highly lucrative businesses, okay? We wholesale real estate. At the end of the day, we own a marketing agency, and we do a bunch of other lucrative things as well, including this YouTube channel that you're watching right here, which again, if you haven't already, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and guys, let me know what you would like to see in a future video. Drop in the comment section down below. Remember that liking and subscribing helps me a ton with the YouTube algorithm on our journey here to 100,000 followers. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.